And welcome back to the high school football scoreboard. We want to go back to the telephone and join us on the phone now is Boaz head football coach Luke Pruitt, beginning the Luke Pruitt era tonight for the Pirates over at Madison County. And Boaz came away with a 28-7 win. Coach, congratulations. And I know that you're happy to get that first one under your belt for the Boaz Pirates.
Yes, sir. Thank you. We come out, we started slow, we had some miscues, had some penalties, but our kids, we were down 7-0 at halftime, but our kids regrouped at halftime, and we figured out a way to win. That's what we told them. We had 24 minutes to play the second half, and I was proud of the way our kids showed some poise with the young bunch that we have, and did a really good job the second half.
Coach, it seemed like you dominated the second half, and as we understand, Presley Phan had an outstanding night rushing the football for you. He carried the load, over 30 carries, around 30 carries, not over 200 yards rushing for that young man. An outstanding night for him and also for your offensive line.
Yes, sir. I think he had 4 touchdowns, and like you mentioned, the offensive line did a really good job. Dawson Road played left tackle far. Mason Gaither, and he's the left guard. You have Jason Truth, he's the center. Mason Gaither, Lonnie Stanares is the other guard, and then you have Jalen Underwood. But our skill guys did a really good job blocking the flanker, and we get 2 big throws to kind of back them up. Dave Porter caught one. We had a really good ball on, and then Dave Bennett had a jump ball and went up, and they were walked down in our face. They were able to complete those 2 balls for us.
Coach started.
Those guys did a great job on the second half, making holes for us, and we had to overcome some penalties in the first half. We moved the ball, but we actually scored, got a penalty, it brought us back, and we were not able to overcome that in the first half. The second half, we scored every possession besides the last one, and we took a knee on.
Coach,
the way our guys finished.
Your running game had to help your freshman quarterback. I know Bo Bennett making, I guess, his first start as a freshman quarterback tonight. Being able to run the football helped make some of those explosive plays, I'm sure, in the second half.
Yes. That's the thing. They got some pressure on us early, and we had to. But they did a good job losing the pocket, or they could give us out of the pocket, but he stayed in there and made us throws in the second half, and O-line did a really good job and kept him upright. And, last week he threw 3 touchdown passes, and this week it was a different deal. I was proud of the way he stayed in there as boys, and, we figured out a way to get the win. I'm proud of our kids. The defense shut them out in the second half, did a really good job there. And I was proud of the way those guys tackled. They had a really big running back. It was a physical ball game in the front 7. And we were able to get the part of the second half that got us the ball back. We were able to go stick it in and kind of put it away. But overall, proud of our effort on both sides of the ball, especially we had some adversity at halftime. We were down 7-0, and nothing went our way. So we were able to figure it out.
Well, Coach, this is Phil Harris. Of course, first year coach, new football team, and like you say, you had a lot of young guys and a lot of moving parts. I kind of saw this with Sandrock last week. I got to see them in the Jamboree, then I got to see them last night. The first game, it seemed like they were having trouble communicating, maybe getting lined up, and they were doing more thinking than reacting. Do you think that may have played a role in it during the ball game? In the second half, they kind of settled in?
Yes, you have some nerves. You had a lot of guys. We had 9 new faces on the offensive side of the ball, with Presley and Duke being the only one returning. And then on the other side, I think we had our 2 corners, Demir and Levi, that was started last year, and our 2 inside backers. I think we had 5 back on defense. You had Blake Bennett, Bruce Bell, and Dayton Thurston were there on one side, and maybe Noah Ford also. Well, we had a lot of young faces there. I say we started 6 freshmen and sophomores on both sides of the ball. So some of it was nerves, So yes, there was some some things that we had to overcome, and they did a really good job. They were accountable to our mistakes. And at halftime, there was no point fingers. They came in there to the coaching and showed maturity, went out to take a half, and now we've got to figure out a way to put two halves together.
Well, Coach, naturally coming into a new program, you're kind of like a kid in a candy store. You can't wait to get started. Is it good to get that first game under your belt, especially winning, but get that first game under your belt to kind of sort of put your stamp on this football program? Things, when the season starts, things kind of start coming together. Do you feel that way now?
Yes. These guys got a game under the belt, and, not only is it the guy, but staff kind of gelling, kind of, how the communication is on the radio or on the headset, all that stuff during the game, all that stuff's kind of huge. And, we had a little adversity tonight, and we were able to overcome it. And, everybody stayed even keel, and that's important for the sport.
Coach, you've got the first one under your belt. Big win for your football team to build confidence. You've got the Albertville Aggies next week, a huge Marshall County rivalry, and two teams that don't like each other. You got a lot of confidence going into that game with your football team with a win tonight.
Yes, sir. You have the backyard brawl. You throw your records out. Everybody knows each other on both sides of it. The kids, some of them are into them. That's something that is exciting about high school football. And, you get a rivalry game out here coming out of the gate. So we're going to enjoy it tonight and get ready to get into the backyard brawl.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you visiting with us tonight. Congratulations to you and your staff and your football team, and wish you the best next week as you line up against the Albertville Aggies.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you all for what y'all do for high school football.
Well, thank you, Coach. Coach Luke Pruitt getting his first win as the head football coach for the Boaz Pirates. Of course, had a great 7 years up at Pisgah, winning 52 games in those 7 years, and going to do a great job for the Boaz Pirates, getting their first win tonight, 28-7, down 7-0 in the game, Phil, and then come back and scored 28 points. And Presley, Phan, I think he's going to be a key to the season, keeping him healthy. He's a great running back, good on defense, and he's a key for this Pirate team this year.
Oh, definitely so. It is kind of good. And Coach talked about it, a little nervy early, but one good thing that he's stepping into, this Boaz football program is used to winning. And that makes a big difference, especially early part of the season. So, I think the sky's the limit for this football team. I mean, Coach Pruitt is definitely a great football coach, and this program's only going to get better.